Bernie Sanders taking center stage at the DNC opening night last night here in Philly, pushing hard to rally his supporters behind Hillary Clinton. But they weren't biting. What does Frank Luntz think of what we saw yesterday? Well, Frank, yesterday it started out with Debbie Wasserman Schultz. She got fired. Then she went to the Florida delegation. She got booed. Then last night, every time somebody would mention Hillary, the Bernie people would boo them, too.
I was on the convention floor.
Yeah.
Two things. I want the Democrats to know that they were incredibly kind to me, and they recognized me from Fox, and everyone was polite, everyone was engaging, and it was good to be there. Surprise. The Idaho delegation, the Maine delegation, the California delegation, not just Vermont. On the floor, there were at least 5 different places where the Sanders people were booing every time Clinton was mentioned, and in fact, it actually even took control of the convention when Al Franken and Sarah Silverman were trying to do this unity thing. It got ugly.
Well, wasn't part of the fact that they went off script? The stuff in the teleprompter was probably fine, but then when she said to the diehard Bernie fans, you know, you're ridiculous, that's not going to ingratiate them to you.
Absolutely, but people said, the mainstream media said, that the Republican convention was chaotic because for 30 seconds they booed Ted Cruz. The fact is, all night this was happening. And Cory Booker gave one of the best speeches of the convention, and nobody heard it. Nobody will remember it because they were continuing to boo all through it.
They were just waiting for somebody mentioned Hillary so I can boo.
And instead of unity, what it shows is chaos.
Sure.
At a time when she has to bring the party together. The polling shows that 70% of Sanders voters are voting for her. 15% are undecided and 15% voting for Trump.
You know what will be very telling is tonight when Bill Clinton gives the big speech, if when he mentions Hillary, they boo. What do you expect?
I expect him, I don't think he's going to deliver the same speech he did in 2012 for Obama. He's much weaker now. His voice is not as strong. He doesn't have the same energy. But the emotion and the passion behind him, this is going to be the most important speech of his career. Because if he doesn't bring these people over, then you're going to have to wait until Thursday night for her speech. And by the way, Wednesday with Tim Kaine, he's going to get booed as well. My sources tell me that they can't wait to challenge him because that's their way of being heard.
Because the Bernie people hate him because he's not lefty enough.
Well, he's not Hillary Clinton. He's to the right of her. So they're hostile because it wasn't Sherrod Brown of Ohio or Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts. Bernie himself.
Absolutely. Okay, let me ask you real quickly. We saw yesterday that Donald Trump wound up on the top of 3 different polls and the Nate Silver average, if the election were held yesterday, he would win with something like 57.5%. What's going on?
Well, you asked me that question on the final day of the convention, and what I said at that time was he was going to get a bounce. This is his bounce, and it's a significant bounce.
It is.
Not as high as ones that have come. It's not as high as George Herbert Walker Bush, not even W. But it is significant, and the numbers are going to climb even further. The Democrats did not have a good opening day.
All right. We'll talk to you again on the final day, see what you say.
Thank you.
All right, Frank Luntz, thank you.